George Simmel wrote in The Metropolis and the Mental Life about the mental state of city people. He wrote about how all the different impressions, like bicyclists, cars, or commercials, overwhelm us and stimulate us. Very different from a town where the pace is much slower and where we know people, we share the same background with them, we share the same ideas with them. In the city we are surrounded by strangers. So with every new person that we meet, we need to make a mental switch. This in return also taxes our minds. In order to function in a big city, we need a certain attitude, a blasé attitude. Simmel describes it as an indifference to differences. It's not that we don't see the differences, we just choose not to acknowledge them. The city person sees the world as a drab, grey, homogeneous mass, so says Simmel. Lofland, on the other hand, sees the city and its people in a different light. She makes a difference between locations and locales. A locale is a transitionary place. A place something like a subway station or a smoking place outside a university. A location is a place where you are not complete strangers. A neighborhood bar, for instance, or a gym. The type of relationships we have in these places also differ. In a locale, you are more likely to have a fleeting relationship. You ask someone for the time or for a light. In a location, you can have a segmented relationship. A relationship where one person is in function, like with a bartender or a bus driver. The contact is related to their function. So, can I have a ticket please? Or how much is this coffee? In a location, you can also have a unpersonal bounded relationship. A relationship in which you share a bit more with the other person than in fleeting and in segmented relationships. Think about a gym buddy, for instance. How much sets will you do? Did you see the game the other night? You are not sharing deep secrets exactly, but you're not strangers either. That is not to say that a location cannot have all three relationships. Let's take a neighborhood bar, for instance. Someone can come in and just order beer and then mind his own business. Hey, can I have a beer? Oh sure man, here. Alright, thank you. That would be a fleeting relationship. Now if he asks the bartender, well, what kind of beer would you recommend? And the bartender replies, well, what do you like? Well, I like IPAs. It becomes a segmented relationship. You have a bit more contact, but it is still related to the bartender's job. Now if you were to ask the bartender about his favorite beer, it becomes bounded. The bartender replies with, well, I like imperial stouts. You share a bit more information. Again, not really deep secrets, but more information than in segmented or in fleeting relationships.